Hello guys and dolls. I am filming today with my baby Riyadh, and I'm sure you know him by now.
This one is sexual, just like our last collab, and I wouldn't want anything different.
I wouldn't either.
No.
And if you don't want to listen to us talk about sex for the next few minutes, maybe leave, but I hope you stay because it's going to be very, very interesting.
No filter whatsoever. We're just going to shoot straight and just say it as it is.
We both feel, we've been talking a lot, and we both feel that in schools, we just are not taught what we need to be taught. They teach us the basics.
It's like vagina, penis, in, out, and that's kind of all they say. But there is a huge amount of stuff that has happened to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what do I do?
And we both think that sex shouldn't be an embarrassing thing to talk about. It shouldn't be a taboo. Like,
you have those bits, like, use them.
go on. It's fun.
Go for it.
It's great, isn't it?
But do it the right way, and that's what we're here to tell you. Our horrible stories from hell with sex as young people, and the great things. The great
things about the sexy times, and all the things you should consider when consenting to sex and entering into sexual relationships. So I think we should maybe start with like masturbation.
Yeah, you getting flushed?
Just a little bit.
I know.
Just a little bit.
Mom, if you are watching at this point,
Of course
please
your mum is watching.
fuck off. Please don't, okay? Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Want to get it right off the bat. It's very normal to masturbate from a very young age. Human beings become sexual at a very young age. What age were you when you first ventured into the masturbation?
I was 13 years old, and it happened by accident. I had
accidental masturbation.
Completely.
You came by accident.
No, it didn't come. It was morning time, and I had morning wood, and it was like, duh. And
that's a boy thing. Boys wake up with hard willies.
Yeah, and that's normal. That's natural. And my forearm rubbed against the head of my penis, and I was like, what is this? And then I did that a bit more. I was like, Jesus, that feels good.
Great, that's great.
So I started masturbating with my arm, not my hand, until I started watching porn, and then I realised, oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
So one thing we want to actually say is that Riyadh is gay, I'm bisexual, and we were talking earlier, and we feel that porn influenced us a lot when we were younger, and a lot of people grow up watching porn now and learning everything from porn because schools don't talk about it, and you can't learn everything from porn.
It's not a YouTube tutorial where you go, oh yes, okay, so you scream when you're orgasming, and you grab the person by the back of their head, and
and everything is perfect. Porn is fantasy, and it's fine. I feel that porn is fine. It can be healthy once that you don't watch too much of it, that you become desensitized to it.
When did you start flicking the bean?
Flicking the bean. Oh.
That's what they call it, don't they?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I started flicking the bean when I was very young. I think I was about 10 or 11 to be honest. Yeah. And that's completely fine. And I think kids should not be made feel embarrassed about this. What
made you go, I'm going to place my fingers in there? What led to that?
I don't put my fingers in.
You don't?
No, the clitoris is located outside the vagina.
So
You don't. Well, you were with a few girls, weren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't really understand. I'm sorry to those girls because I did not know what I was doing. I used this thing that I saw on the telly, and it was called the handgun, where you go like this, you cross these two things.
No, we don't want to know.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So first times, we'll talk about consent and first times and actual sex and positions and everything like that now. Yeah. When did you first have sex?
Okay, so for me, it was in a forest. By a house party, a school house party with this guy who I was crazy about for a long time. He wasn't out of the closet, and we just sort of snuck off and arrived back about an hour later, covered in muck, and said that.
I thought you were going to say covered in cum.
No! Muck and leaves, very innocent.
You both need to, communicate that you're both willing to do it, and you need to be sober, especially like when you first think in your head, right, I'm going to sleep with this person. It needs to be a proper sober thought. If you're ever being pressured by anybody to do anything that you don't want to do, you don't have to do it, and you can tell someone if someone does force you into something. Rape, no.
Okay, so I hope your first time having sex was at least indoors.
It wasn't actually.
Stop!
I think I was 16, and I think that's very average age going by figures and like research and stuff. But yeah, I was 16, and a lot of teenagers can't really have sex indoors because their parents are going to catch them and stuff. So what we did was, after the cinema, we went on a date and we snuck off to like a football pitch. I just didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't got a clue. It was a bit sore. It wasn't nice. I wasn't nice, and I wasn't in love with the guy, and I kind of regretted it, but at the same time, there's no point in having regrets. Do you know what I mean?
It's part of your journey, and I think it's brought you here where you're able to tell stories like this. So hopefully you don't make the same mistake.
Pick a good guy that you really, really want to be with and connect with, and But if you don't, that's fine as well. Some people, we're allowed to make our own decisions as adults. Yeah, we'll move swiftly into things like positions and toys and all that nice good stuff
that comes a little bit after your first time.
So when you're having sex with someone, you're in a sexual relationship, you'll quickly discover what you like, what you enjoy, and what you don't like. And I think that it's great to experiment and try different things, because having a satisfied full sex life is so important for your health, your mental health.
The more you talk about it, the less guilt you feel. As a young gay boy living here in Ireland, I felt like my sexuality was bad. It was wrong. At sometimes I felt like I was ill. I was sick. I should not be doing this, but I can't help it. My body and my mind is telling me to do it.
Yeah, nature. It's nature.
Yeah, and I think in the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've managed to go, I've closed that book and gone, no, my sexuality is a beautiful thing. And when I am in a consensual, loving moment with someone in a bed,
rim jobs. So clearly sex is going to be very different for you and me. Apart from the emotional connection, the actual physical act of sex is going to be different. So if I'm with a girl, scissors, licking.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating.
And what girls can do, there's so much stuff you can do to stimulate yourself. You can rub yourself against their leg, or they can just touch you, or kiss each other down there. Like there's oral sex. There's all sorts of things you can explore and play around with. I think you, on the other hand, you don't. I don't understand what you do.
The conventional thing is that there's a top who does the fucking, and then there's a bottom who receives the penis.
Receives the penis.
Some people
the
penis. Put it in. Some people don't do either though, Melanie. Like I have a friend who refers to himself as a side, and I've only just learned what this is. They don't do the top, the bottom. They just do oral and hand jobs and the kissing.
And then we have asexual people, and there's demisexual people. There's all sorts of things on the spectrum of sexuality.
Massive spectrum.
And it's not something where everyone fits into a little box and everyone does this, and because this is what's important, that's what I have to do to have a fulfilling sex life. Not at all. Find where your boundaries are and what your limits are and what you really enjoy doing, and do more of that. If that includes a big massive rubber dildo, that's fine. If that includes just you on your own with your vibrator and no one else, that's fine too. When it comes to sex, I think something that a lot of people focus on is their body and body image. It comes into play so much when you're being with someone for the first time and they're gonna see your bits and you're like, no,
your bits.
Don't look at my nipples. It's scary, especially if you don't already love yourself. So I think work on loving and accepting yourself.
Such good advice.
It really does make sex so much better when you like yourself and you know what you like and you've explored yourself. Then being with that person, you can properly give yourself to them, whereas you're not lying there like covering up with the blanket and running to the loo, like all that kind of thing.
I've done it like recently, I was like, yeah, like
and look at these arms, look at them.
I love you. Like turning off the lights, make the pitch
Dimming
black, and just like, don't look at me there, please. And,
well, now actually having mood lighting does help.
I know. No, I wanted it pitch black. I don't know why. I do have like insecurities. We all do, and that's something that I am working on. And
yeah, I have them too. It's like you just have to not let them rule you. Like I have insecurity. I lost a lot of weight, so I'm not that secure about my boobies. But you know what I mean.
Or I have stretch marks on the side of my arse.
Me too. Stretchy arse.
Yeah. Sometimes if you've eaten and
you've got your little belly roll going on. Little pooch.
We all have our little things about us, but 9 times out of 10, the person that you're in bed with won't even notice it.
No, they're looking at you in the eye. They want you to be enjoying yourself and want to kind of see that your face, your expression. And men are visual, yes, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to get turned on by you just because you don't look like a Victoria's Secret model, or you don't look like a man on the cover of Gay magazine. Gay magazine, that's nothing.
Gay Times.
Gay Times. But yeah, you don't have to look perfect, and don't compare yourself to like all these images that you see in porn. That's fantasy. Real sex is different. It's about connecting with the person and knowing what to do to make them.
Real people sweat. They have pores.
You get mascara all over your face.
Yeah.
You get cum in your hair.
You can fart during sex. Yes, it has happened to me. And in the moment, all you should do
is laugh.
Laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh it off and pray to God it's not smelly.
Or wet. Before we leave, I want to talk about revenge porn and pictures and sending selfies, because I've had a lot of young girls even come to me and ask me about this through like email and things. If you're having a sexting thing going on with someone, or you're emailing about sex, if you're sending a naked selfie, please be careful about who you send it to. Maybe don't include your face in it, so they can't prove it's you.
Or if you have a tattoo or something that defines you, like identifies you, don't put that in the picture either. Look out for mirrors that may be in the background. Like, these are all small things that you don't think of in the heat of the moment where you're really horny. And they can come back to haunt you. You know, we've seen all the celebrities.
You see Jennifer Lawrence now, best paid actress in Hollywood. There's naked pictures of her all over the internet. It's just a naked body. It's a naked body. It's just that if you know, stay within your comfort zone. Stay safe. Be careful. Have fun. Go mad. No one needs to know what you're doing. As long as it's like enjoyable,
safe and legal and everyone's consenting, then it's fine. And when we say safe, we should also say condoms. Use them, please.
Well, unless you're testing.
And you're getting tested, and make sure you ask the partner when they've been tested.
Yes. Make sure there's just open communication. You should be able to talk to them about this. But yeah, there's so much different types of contraceptives. Just, if you don't want a baby, just wrap your willy or take your bleeding pill, guys.
Yeah, and if you don't want a nasty infection, some of which that it can stay around for a very, very long time, if not forever, then look after yourself. So we really hope you enjoyed this little sex talk, and if you love Riyadh as much as I do, come over to Riyadh's channel, and we'll see you again in another video, guys. Bye!